Oakdale Road here in North Charlotte is about 6 miles from uptown and nearly impossible to navigate on foot or by bike. This is because of the lack of accessible sidewalks and public transportation. So now imagine trying to navigate a tough area like that when you can't see. Our Liliana Pearson followed a man who is blind and discovered a major issue of accessibility for people living with handicaps here in our city. Here's part of Liliana's report.
I would never live in this neighborhood as a blind person.
Walk down Oakdale Road.
There's no sidewalks for us to walk on.
Well, try to walk down Oakdale Road, and you're not going to make it far.
What are you going to do?
Crumbling, disappearing, and blocked sidewalks. No marked pedestrian crossings.
I would generally assume in most cities that if I find a crossing point on one side of the intersection, that there will be something across the street when I get there. In Charlotte, that expectation is often disappointed.
The closest bus stop, over a mile away. For Bradley Blair, who navigates the world without his eyesight.
Yes, I do a great deal on foot.
This part of Charlotte can only be safely navigated with the help of a sighted person.
Here we go.
What you don't have is your own autonomy to make your own decisions.
As of 2017, 34% of sidewalks were missing along Charlotte's side streets and 54% on main roads. According to the Charlotte Walk Plan, a document designed to improve walkability in the city, the lack of infrastructure is attributed to the city's boom in population and car-centric design. The city wants to change that.
It's the right thing to do. It's a civil rights that everyone has to ensure that they have access to services.
And Liliana Pearson joins us now to talk more about this. I'm curious what led you to want to tell this story about the city of Charlotte.
So what happened is I was connected with this man named Bradley Blair. You meet him in the story. He is visually impaired. He's blind. And he is so passionate about making Charlotte, making transportation and sidewalks more accessible for everybody. And he and I have been in contact since December. We've been emailing and texting and calling. We've so enjoyed getting to know each other and figuring out how we wanted to tell this story, because 1/4 of our population lives with some form of a disability. This is a huge group of people, and it's a group of people that don't get enough coverage and enough stories told about them. So we were really excited to connect and be able to tell this story together.
Can't really cut them off from the rest of society, right? If they can't access certain parts of the cities. I'm curious, did the findings from what you saw, did that surprise you?
Yes and no. Every community I've ever lived in, it's always obvious that there are places that they do need work. I think the numbers are really what surprise you when you start to dig into them. So more than 30% of Charlotte neighborhoods are without sidewalks. More than 50% of main roads in Charlotte are without sidewalks. And of course, the places that are more impacted are going to be your low-income communities. And these are the people that they need buses, they need bus stops, they need sidewalks the most, because they're walking to their jobs, they're taking buses to jobs, and without these, the ability to get on a bus, it's really going to impact their day-to-day life.
Tell the viewers at home why this is a personal story for you as well.
It's incredibly personal. So last summer I was in a car accident. I spent my whole life not having to think for a second, how am I going to get to the grocery store? And one day I woke up and I couldn't walk down the sidewalk. And I had this incredible culture shock of all of a sudden being in a community that I didn't know how to live in anymore. And I was surrounded by an incredible group of people that had been in my shoes. They have lived their whole lives with disabilities, and they really brought me into their world and showed me what I needed to do to be able to live day-to-day life. And so I wanted to make sure that this is a group of people that I am including in my coverage as I continue forward, because it is such an important group of our population.
An eye-opening story that you put together on this. What's your hope for the future here? Are we going to get better at this here in Charlotte, do you think?
I think so. And when I talked to Bradley, he was even optimistic. Even though he had criticism, he says that he believes that Charlotte can do better. There's a couple things that are happening to help improve our city. The first one is the Americans with Disabilities Act transition plan. That's going in front of City Council in the next 6 months to start getting approval. That's going to identify some of the issues in our community, what needs to be done done to make it more accessible, and also the 2040 plan for this city. So by the year 2040, here are some of the things that are going to be done to make sure that people are able to live in a Charlotte that is accessible to all. So a couple big things that are on the books. It is going to take time to get these things done, but I do have hope that we're moving in the right direction.
It's really, like I said, important reporting that you've done on this, and I appreciate you coming by and talking to us about it. Liliana, thank you. You can read more about what Liliana has done on this. Just head to our website, WBTV.com.